Hey troops, welcome back to the channel. Drop a comment below who's in the chat. It's been a very long time since we last spoke, about 14-15 days I think. And in the first moments of this live stream I'm going to explain just why we've been away. You'll notice that we're in a different room right now. You might hear a bit of echo, but just bear with me guys. I'm going to explain everything, where we've been, what we've been getting up to, and why we've been getting up to that, most importantly, okay, because we've got a lot going on with the channel. We're making a lot of upgrades and all of that good stuff. So welcome back to the channel, troops. We've got over 100 concurrent viewers already. Thanks for stopping by, coming back into the channel, because we have been away for a few weeks. So right, let's just get straight into it then, troops. So we've been going, we've been building a podcast studio. In that podcast studio, as promised, we're going to create a space where we're going to create all of our content, okay? Now, the content that I'm going to be creating is going to be a lot better than what it's been over the past few months, although loads of people are commenting saying how good the new format is. We're going to improve it yet again, okay? So we've got a lot of things going on, guys. Currently in my garage, which has been converted now, and we've got a few more bits and bobs to get done. Should be done by the end of this month, actually. So things are moving quicker than I originally thought. We've actually getting a lot of progress done. We've got a bit of soundproofing to do. That's going to be getting done by the end of the month. Decorating as well. This wall at the moment is just completely black. We've got a bit of furniture to come. We've got neon lights and all of that stuff. We've got posters and loads of different decorative stuff. So this backdrop is going to be a lot better. Camera angles, okay, so this camera angle which you're watching from at this moment in time, we've got another 2 camera angles that we're going to be adding to this format of the stream, okay? So whenever we do these live streams based on Ukraine, at the moment it's Ukraine, to be fair, moving forward there's always something in the news that we're going to be talking about. So this style of live stream is going to have about 3 different camera angles, okay? And again, that should be all set up by the end of this month, troops. So don't worry about the stream looking quite bland at this moment in time. We have made massive amounts of progress on things, okay, troops? So I just want to give you a little bit of an update before we get into this main video on Ukraine and Russia. But troops, as always, welcome back. Smash that like button, okay? If everyone can hit the like button right now, it really does help the stream out, as always, as you guys know. It really helps me out. And yeah, if you're a member of the channel and you're back here supporting us, then thank you very much. I can see Michael Smith's in the chat. Thank you very much, buddy. Margot, you're back in the chat. Welcome back to the channel, troops. The link to become a member, by the way, is in the top of the chat, troops. So let me know where you're watching from. I've got a lot of people normally from the United States. Quite a few people coming from Britain at this moment in time as well, which is really good. And yeah, let me know if the quality of the stream is as it should be, because it should be. And if it isn't, I don't know what else I can do to make the stream not lag, because I've worked really hard over the past few days getting it where it should be pretty cool, guys. How does it sound as well? Minus the reverb, the room's pretty big. We've got some soundproofing to do, all that good stuff. But it should be where it's at, to be fair. I think it should be pretty good. We finally getting an Ethernet cable connection to the desktop, okay? Which has been about 2 years in the making. We've had to drill some holes, we've had to paint, we've had to bodge it up, but it's all rock and rolling, and now it's ready to go. Josh says it looks and sounds great. Cool. Well, it's going to look and sound a lot better in the next 2 or 3 weeks. In fact, next 2-3 weeks, it's going to be good. I can see on the studio that I'm watching it from. It says excellent condition. It shouldn't be dropping anything because my internet is pretty solid. I've just done this live speed test. Considering we were doing this for a few weeks before, and the speeds we were getting were intermittent, and download was about 40, upload was about 15, which is not great, not too bad, but at the moment we're getting about 300 download and about 50 upload, Ethernet as well. So it's pretty, it should be bomb proof, guys. Okay, it should be bomb proof. So that's that, troops. Welcome to the channel. If we can get over 100 likes, that would make me really happy. Troops, let me hear who's in the chat. Stoke-on-Trent, hey Dino. Stoke-on-Trent, we've got a Brit in the chat. North Carolina, got loads of people from California. Angela is watching from Scotland. We've got loads of people actually from the UK watching this now, which is pretty cool. 134 viewers. Right, we're going to get started then. Guys, as always, on the live streams, I like to keep it pretty simple. Every 20 minutes or so, if I don't forget, I'm going to ask you guys to hit the like button. That's just to help me out, okay? I know a lot of people hate hearing it, but it's a part of the job. We have to say that because if the likes on the video just push it out to YouTube. So it really does help us out, guys, okay? The like button is really important. So I'm not going to kick the arse out of it, asking you every 2 seconds. Every 20 minutes or so, I'll remind myself. We'll do a bit of admin for a minute or two, and then we'll get straight back into it, okay? What else was I going to say? I've just seen Plymouth there. Harry Mancuso. I used to live in Plymouth when I was a 30 Commando. That's pretty cool. Hello from Maine, Nate Perrin. I want to visit Maine one day. A buddy of mine used to live there. You probably know him, Original Human. He's a former Marine as well, and a massive YouTuber. Okay then, troops. Right, we're going to get into it. By the way, one more thing as well. We've got a green screen. We weren't able to use the green screen in our other room because it was quite small. So we're going to incorporate the green screen a few times. Maybe it's not on these live streams, but we're going to do that in some content I've got going on. I've got some real good ideas, got some scripts ready to go. So look forward to that. Scotty Mays, I dig the new setup. Sound quality is real good. Yeah, if the sound is good, then it's going to get a lot better. We've got some soundproofing and stuff like that to come our way, guys. So yeah, that's one thing that will get better, the sound quality. But I've done a few things with the mic. It should sound okay, guys. It should sound okay. But it's killed me actually being away for 2 weeks because well, first and foremost, this is my business. This is what I do to earn a living, okay? And the views, it's a tough one because you know when you try to take time off to improve things, speculate or accumulate, all of that kind of stuff, normally you have to have some form of sacrifice. And the sacrifice has been, whilst I've been working on a few things, we haven't been able to put content out. So yeah, the views are going to go down. But you know, now that we've got a bit of progress, we're getting to where we want to get, then I think we should be able to put content out every day now. Okay, so yeah, speculate, accumulate. Sometimes you have to take hits in life to be able to move forward. All of that good stuff. Yada yada yada. We just got to be positive about the whole thing, guys. But other than that, yeah, that's where we're at. Troops. Another thing I want to address, the live streams. Okay, is if you've been in one of these live streams before, just put a thumbs up or type a yes in the chat, guys, just so I know if you've been on one of these live streams before. I know the Diamond Dog has. Welcome back, buddy. What we do is, and I'm honest with you guys. I have to be honest. This is how it works. And 90% of the time. So we have a number of ways where the channel is a way of me earning a living. First and foremost, it's a passion of mine to create content that you guys like, and 3, it's something that I actually enjoy. Spreading, I don't want to say news on different war situations in the Ukraine. It's the news is already out there. I'm just recycling through some of the news, forming my own opinions on that. I try to stay pretty much in the middle, okay? And I like to let you guys dictate the orientation of where the conversation goes. And that is genuinely not, I didn't expect it to go that way, but the past live streams were going in a way where the super chat questions were coming through. There's so many super chat questions coming through that I felt absolutely obliged to answer them first. And it's only fair because there's people paying, in some cases, a lot of money to ask a question, which does dictate the way the conversation goes on the channel. One, I like that format because, well, it's a way of me earning a revenue and a wage. This is my income. This is how I put food on the table. But 2, and most importantly, it allowed you guys to interact in a different way that I didn't actually intend on that being part of the channel, to be fair. But I enjoyed it. The fact that you guys got to ask me questions, whether I knew the answer or not. You guys in the chat sometimes had the answers and sometimes had opinions on it, and I just think it created a pretty good community discussion. Okay. Now, to address that, that's one of the things. If a super chat question comes in, I'm gonna respect that question, and I'm gonna try my best to answer it as thoroughly as I can, okay, and to the best of my knowledge. If I can't answer that question, you've paid for a super chat, I'm gonna be honest again and be like, hey guys, I don't know the answer to that, but we'll always try and throw that question back to the chat, so we can get something out of it. Because a lot of the time, some of the good questions, you know, we can talk 10, 20, 30 minutes on a question sometimes. Some of them are real good, okay? So just be patient with me sometimes if I'm trying to answer a question. And if I can't, I'll be honest with you guys, okay? But that's where we go. With that being said, it doesn't mean to say I'm not going to respect some of the questions that come in from members, because you are a member of the channel. And even if you're not a member of the channel, if there's a good question that comes my way and I want to answer it, I'm going to answer those. But understand that with life, there's always a way to do things, and like always, we have to respect those who come in the super chats, the members, and then the regular viewers. Okay, if that makes sense, fair is fair. So that being said, let's get into this, yeah? If you're ready, let's just get a thumbs up in the chat so I can see if you guys are still listening. Okay, right. Let me put this over here. We've got a couple of screens coming our way as well, guys, so I won't actually have to keep on switching screens and stuff like that. Right. Let me get this there. And I'm just going to put this over to the left so I can see your questions. Zypher Death. Hey, Zypher Death, I haven't supported you for a while, my friend. Zypher Death has been a member for 2 months. You're saying, brother, missed you so much. You got to tune your mic sound a bit. It sort of is a bit different. It is different. It's because it's got a plugin that changes the way my voice sounds to make it more broadcasty. So it's actually being tuned. It just might sound a little bit different to what I used to sound when it was untuned, but it has to be tuned a little bit more because this room has a lot of reverb. It's a very, very big room. Okay, so that's the reason. Okay. But good to see you back, Cypher. Good to see you, man. Right, let me get this screen put properly over there. Boom. 2 seconds. Just need to make this a bit bigger. Start to see your questions. Bear with me, guys. I've done this for what seems like a while now, to be fair. There we go. Hopefully we don't have to have any problems like we did in the last streams where we were asking how many people can actually see the stream and stuff because it was lagging. Hey Victor Garul, buddy, how you doing? Hope all is well with you too, man. Good to see you here, dude. As always, my friend. Like seriously, there's some good old friend faces on here, guys. It's good to see you guys. I hope you're well, Victor. What you been up to, man? So we got this at the moment. We're going to build the scenes a little bit, but for now we've got that. Got a little bit of a close-up one where I can just be a little bit closer to you guys. Live scene like that. Got a few things we're going to do, but we're going to get into this a bit, troops. Okay. Right. So actually, one of the first things I want to go on. This map here has changed an awful lot. Some areas have changed little, but there's quite a bit happening here, guys. And I'll be honest, I haven't, in terms of what I've been keeping up with, I've chose on purpose not to look at this for a few weeks, okay? And I'll explain my reasons for that in a few seconds, okay? But the first thing I want to talk about is this guy. This shocked me, okay? Again, I've been busy with things. Again, when I turn off and turn on to something else, i.e. I've focused on getting the studio up and running and doing other things, I literally turn off and I literally focus on that. Okay, so I haven't been watching news or anything like that. This is me literally catching up with things. And just before I did this stream, I wanted to catch up on a few things, and I was pretty shocked. Okay, I was pretty shocked when I seen this. I know there was one British guy, a prisoner of war over there. I seen an Instagram post or something on it, but I was shocked to see a second British prisoner of war. I believe he's a soldier or former soldier, British soldier. We're going to find out on this anyway. But yeah, guys, this is shocking for me. It hits a little bit closer to home in terms of there's British people involved in this. We know there was a lot of people volunteering for the Ukrainian. I think it was the Ukrainian volunteer or something, Ukraine Defense Force or something. Someone put in the chat what it was, but it hits a bit closer to home. This. Let's just go through this article, guys. It's harrowing to say the least. So, second British prisoner of war is paraded by Putin, ex-British Army soldier. So, some of these. So the thing is with the mainstream, you don't know what to believe with some of the titles, but when you read a little bit more, you can only believe what it says. Okay, you can't be like, well, I still don't believe that. The fact that it says ex-British Army soldier makes me think, well, is he really? And then you can see in the first couple of paragraphs, they go into a little bit more detail about it, which makes me think, well, actually, that's credible. All right, it's probably true. Ex-British Army soldier now fighting for Ukraine is captured while defending Mariupol and shown on Russian TV. We know that Mariupol was a couple of weeks ago was being hit badly. Okay, it was real bad what was happening there. They at the time weren't letting anyone escape. They did offer them a window to escape, but they give them a timeline on that. Okay, so anyone who didn't leave after that timeline, we're going to suffer the consequences of the invading troops, which is pretty scary to say the least. So Mariupol has been pretty hard hit. It was a couple of weeks ago, So yeah, that's where the focus of this article's on. Second British fighter in Ukraine captured by Russians has been paraded on TV. Going to use that as propaganda, aren't they? Okay, they're massively going to use that against the Brits, because we're supporting Ukraine in terms of weaponry, munitions, financially as well with certain elements of the war. Okay, Sean Pinner, 48 years old. This guy's an old guy. And more credit to him for, volunteering to help these, effectively innocent people. So Sean Pinner, 48, was known to have been serving as a contract soldier. In other words, for those that know, a mercenary, okay? Someone who gets paid normally a lot more money to fight these wars around the world, okay? Normally, if... I know a lot of guys, actually, former military personnel who decide to go mercenary or private contractor because they get paid a lot of money, guys, in many cases, okay? Pinner was clean-shaven with no visible wounds in the broadcast. He said his name, his citizenship, and announced he was captured in Mariupol. Pinner will face further interrogation by a Russian investigative committee. Now, this scares the living daylights out of me because he's effectively a prisoner of war to a country who has been known to do some pretty horrible things to prisoners of wars in the past. We've got various conventions that protect soldiers in times of war. The Geneva Convention, XYZ. I don't actually understand the current stance with Russia in the Geneva Convention. Let's look that up now, actually. Let's look that up now. Let's see. While all 196 countries comply with the Geneva Conventions, in 2019, Russia withdrew itself from Article 90 of Protocol 1. This article expects the country to obligate and comply with any international fact. Right, okay, so we can see right there that they've withdrew themselves from Article 90 of Protocol 1. don't fully understand what that means, but they're taking themselves out of certain parameters of the Geneva Convention, it seems, which obviously gives them more leeway in times of war. As I thought. A second British fighter has been captured by Russian forces in the Ukraine. So the ex-British Army soldier Sean Pinner, 48, who served with the Royal Anglicans and enlisted in the Marines in Ukraine after marrying a woman from the country and has been heavily involved in fighting against the Russian invasion. Right, okay, so that makes a lot more sense. So it's not as if he's a volunteer in the sense of living in Britain. A recent former British soldier and decided to go and join in with the war effort over Ukraine. This man has a lot of interest in Ukraine simply because he's married someone from there. Okay, so that changes things. Okay, he's tied into the country. He's fighting effectively for his family. All right, for the freedom of his family. It's a lot different than, for instance, me if I volunteered for to fight in Ukraine. Okay, it's very different. In fact, he's married to someone over there. Now, if my wife's from Mauritius, okay, it's a small island in the Indian Ocean. I'm no longer a Royal Marines commando. I'm a civilian. Have been for 3 years, 4 years if you don't include my reserve service. If she was still living over there, that would make my interest in Mauritius a lot higher than it currently is. If they were under threat in any way and it required support from foreign nationals, people with experience, then would I be more inclined to protect those shores? Absolutely. I'm fighting for my wife and my family in that respect. So things change with situations. Things definitely change with family involvement. So that's the thing. That's the thing I think that is integral in this situation with regard to Sean Pinner. His wife is Ukraine, okay? It changes things a lot. It says he was looking clean shaven with no visible wounds. He said on the broadcast, "I am Sean Pinner. I am a citizen of the United Kingdom. I was captured in Mariupol." Yeah, this is a deep shame. He says, "I'm part of 36th Brigade 1st Battalion, Ukrainian Marine. I was fighting in Mariupol for 5 to 6 weeks and now I am in the Donetsk People's Republic." His capture comes after Russia seized 28-year-old former care worker Aidan Aslin on Tuesday. He had also been fighting in Ukraine in the same trenches outside Mariupol as Pinner. There is concern for his safety amid the fears that he could be treated as a spy by the Kremlin. Now, that's interesting, actually. That is very interesting. They could definitely take it as him being a spy. The consequences of that are going to differ a lot. If they go with that narrative, then they've got more of a reason to be able to treat him unfairly, with them trying to pin him as being a spy. So that changes things. It's easy to say that as well. I mean, they could just pretty much go off that narrative and treat him according to whatever they want. He's a spy. What's he doing in there? All that good stuff. So, yeah, I think that's going to change a few things. Just checking through the chat, guys. See if I haven't missed anything. Okay. Yeah, we've missed another one. No, we haven't. I don't think we've missed any super chats. Okay, cool. Lex, yes, I am in the new studio. It's just the decorating and soundproofing type stuff to do now. So, yeah, we're in. That's why the internet connection is stable. Okay, but welcome to the stream, troops. We're 237 viewers in, actually, over 169 likes. Troops, thanks for being here. How long have we been streaming for, actually, now? How long have we actually been on here now? Where's my little... 25 minutes, right, so actually right on time. Troops, if you just joined us, please hit that like button. Please hit that like button, guys. Share this stream as well with a few of your friends. If you just want to share it on Facebook, on Instagram, Twitter, whatever social media profiles you have, that's going to help me out a lot. So just press that share button, press that like button, all of that good stuff. If you got any questions that are really burning, all right, and I'm ramping through this. One of the only things that's going to stop me as I'm ramping through this is a super chat. I'll respect the super chats, guys. And yeah, if you want any questions answered and you really can't wait, then super chat is the way to get through it. Hey, Billy Atkin. Hey, right, troops. In fact, no, I'm going to ask permission first. Billy Atkin, are you okay for me to, OPSEC and all that? Are you okay for me to talk about you? I'm not going to talk too personal, but I just want people to know how I know you. Okay, if it is the Billy Atkin that I know, I don't know many Billy Atkins. How are you doing, Royal? Oh, mate, good stuff, good stuff. I'm going to be watching for you, Billy, in the chat for OPSEC and stuff. I'll ask your permission first, buddy. So yeah, British fighter Sean Pinner has been captured by Russian forces. He looks pretty Gucci in that picture, to be fair. He was part of, what was he part? Royal Anglicans, right? So being a Marine, okay, we quite in most of our job roles we're quite segregated from the army, unless you're a vehicle mechanic, military police, marine police, them types of trades. Okay, we're quite segregated. So we don't. I personally didn't know much about the British Army. Okay, and we know basically how they're structured and stuff like that, but the British Army had like historic regiments, okay? Regiments that have been standing proud for a long, long time. Now, when the Cuts came in, they formed different parts of the military, okay? So the Royal Anglicans, I believe, I might be wrong, might have become part of something different. So I think that tells me that he was in a long time ago, okay? So, for instance, the Durham Light Infantry, the Green Jackets, all of those, I believe they became the Rifles, all right, and 123 Rifles, all of that good stuff. I don't know what the Royal Anglicans would have come under, but I do believe it was before all of these changes came in. So that tells me he served quite a while ago, okay? Quite a while ago. Hey, Nate Perron, thanks for the super chat, buddy. Make sure you get a question in there if you want to dictate a little bit of how we do things on here. But I appreciate your super chat nonetheless, brother. Thank you very much. We got Billy Atkin. Chatting on here, have we? Yeah, go for it. Right, so Billy Atkin, guys. Last time I saw Billy Atkin, all right, he's a former Royal Marines Commando, but definitely a Royal Marines Commando. And I went through commando training with him. Top lad, one of my good mates. I didn't actually serve at a commando unit with Billy, but the last time I saw him was at Sunderland Air Show, I believe. And yeah, I served with Billy Atkin. I trained at the Commando Training Centre and 147 Troop to become a Royal Marine with this guy. So much respect. Billy's a brother. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. I hope you're well in life. All right. I hope you're doing well, buddy. I know you're doing the PT stuff. The last time I spoke, yes. So thanks for tuning in, brother. Really good to see a fellow Marine here. What else we got? Chris Supertramp. That's a cool name, man. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Hey, guys, make sure you get questions in. Questions are better than the emojis and stuff like that, because we get to chat. All right, some of these questions, all right, really do throw curveballs at me. So yeah, let's get the questions going, guys. Right, where we are. Yeah, I was explaining about how the British military, the army, how the army is formed now. I believe the Royal Anglicans are no more in the old cap badge. I think they might come under the Rifles or something like that. I'm not too sure, but I think this guy was in the military a long time ago. Based on his age, I would suspect that. Okay. Right, where we are. The second British fighter. Right, we've got through that already. So there's this guy there, 48 years old. He's not too much younger than my father. Okay, that's the scary thing. Looks pretty Gucci there. Looks pretty worn out. Looks pretty tired, to be fair. Prisoner of wars. He's probably suffering some horrendous treatment. And my heart goes out to this guy and his family. All right, he's there fighting for his wife with an invading force who, at this moment in time, seem to be overwhelming Mariupol. Or at least they were a couple of weeks ago when we were doing these live streams. Okay. Where we at? There he is there, fighting in the trenches. Wow. He reportedly told his Russian captors that he doesn't want war and wants to go home. I think 99% of the soldiers don't want war. I know Billy will be able to tell you in the chat, like, and I don't care what others think of this. This is my personal opinion. I never joined the Marines to go away and do some horrible things. I don't want to get too graphic on live stream. Okay, I joined the Marines because of the challenge. I wanted a Green Beret. If I was called upon to do what I needed to do, then I would do it the best of my ability. But I don't think anyone joins the military to go and kill people and actively want to do that. Me and Billy, we were told in training by our sergeant that if that's what you joined up for, you're actually in the wrong job. Okay, because it's an integral part of the job. It's a job part of it where it will make it happens. All right, it happened a lot in Afghanistan and Iraq, but it's 99% of that doesn't happen in most job roles. Okay, most people who join the military don't actually do that. Okay, so yeah, I believe him when he says he doesn't actually want war. He wants to go home. It's as simple as that, guys. Chris Brown, and thank you for your super chat, brother. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that, dude. Hey, Victor Garul, I appreciate your super chat as always, brother. Your question is, what's your take on how Russia will react if the war continues to go as it is after losing more equipment every day? All right, let me digest that a little bit. What's your take on how Russia will react if the war continues to go as it is? All right, so I guess I understand what you mean by that question, Victor, but I'll answer it in a few different ways. So Russia, holistically, I think the people of Russia don't actually want anything to do with this. There'll be part of the people of Russia who are susceptible to the media brainwashing that will be going on. The propaganda that will be getting spewed out on the news outlets, painting a narrative. All right, there's a neo-Nazi narrative going about in Ukraine at the moment. A completely false narrative, as far as my opinion is, and that's done to brainwash people to make them seem as if the invasion is more justified. All right, that's the key word here: justification. If it's justified, if you can justify the war and the invasion, then people feel a little less sad about the deaths that are occurring. Okay. It's crazy. You can change people's mindset as long as you can try. As long as you can justify it, people feel a lot happier about it. So that's one thing that will go on. Now you got the other part of the Russian population who won't buy into it. All right, it's the same as any population in different countries. You'll have people who just refuse to believe the narrative, and they'll see through some of the lies, and they'll think they'll be able to think a little bit more about themselves. Be like, you know what? Maybe this isn't the case. Maybe this war is unjust. Maybe the killing of innocent individuals is never worth it. Okay, and that's what I think. So the people of Russia, I think it'll be split. Those who will listen to the narrative that's being pushed their way, and those who refuse to believe the narrative and will have a little bit more gumption to think for themselves and not accept that death is okay, because it's not. All right, not in this type of war anyway. Certainly not justified. And then you've got the political side, okay, and you've got a guy who's at the top who leads with fear, okay, and everyone under him will be fearful of Putin, and it's as simple as that. He does things his way. So whether or not people have any will for the war, any desire for it to continue, it doesn't really matter, okay. I think Putin's got an agenda and he's going to fulfill that. He's going to try to fulfill that anyway. Does that answer your question? It's a good question, that Victor. Hopefully, I've answered that as best as I've answered that as best as I can. And if you guys can add anything to that, then drop a question below. Nate Perron, hey buddy, how you doing? You're saying, love your channel, brother. I'm a US Army vet, so much love. Do you believe that these reported UK prisoner of wars pull the UK further into this war, and how? That's a good question. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for your service, my friend. US Army vet yourself. I haven't worked with the US Army, but I've worked with US Marines, and yeah, and in fact, I've got a friend who's currently in the US Army who was a US Marine. And you guys you guys are phenomenal people, and thank you for your service, my friend. Thank you for your super chat question. So to answer your question, do I believe that the prisoners of wars pull the UK further into this war? In simple, no. I don't think it pulls us further into a war with in aid of Ukraine against Russia. I just don't think it's a strong enough reason to get involved. All right, a couple of prisoners of wars who, one was a former soldier, but the key word to that is former. I know that sounds a bit harsh, but I don't think the government wants to, start spending billions of pounds on weaponry, on training soldiers up, the lives that will be implicated, the deaths that will definitely will happen as a result of us getting involved. I just don't see any. I don't see that as a tangible enough reason for us to get involved. I know that sounds harsh. I don't think 100 prisoners of war who would pertain to Britain would be enough to get Britain involved. If I'm honest with you, I just don't see the. I don't think there's enough pull, if that makes sense. But I appreciate your question, Nate. Thank you very much, brother. And yeah, I appreciate the help with the super chat, guys. But yeah, 216 concurrent views, 226 likes. Troops, let's see if we can get 300 likes on the stream. I'd really appreciate it. Let's get through the rest of this article. So in reference to Pinner was shown on a military TV channel linked to war journalist Andrei Rudenko, who works closely with the Kremlin and also shot the footage of Aslin. That's the other guy who's prisoner of war over there. So he reportedly told the Russians that he doesn't want war and wants to go home. We explained this before. I believe that that's something that he will have said. Now the thing is, we've got to understand with these types of recordings, they're always used in favor of the captors. So Russia's caught this guy, he's a prisoner of war. They'll have an agenda, they'll have a team behind wanting to get certain material out to a wider audience, and they're going to utilize this situation as power for them. Now, we will have people in our country able to analyze the footage. Him being a former British soldier, he'll be able to give a few things away to let the people know if he's safe or not, a few little cues and stuff like that. But fundamentally, what he's saying, most of it won't be what he wants to say. It'll be what Russia wants him to say. Does that make sense? So we have to take what he says with a pinch of salt, if that makes sense. Pinner now faces interrogation by Russian investigative committee. It was announced today. Interrogation by the Russian investigative committee could be, it's definitely going to be emotional. It probably is going to be physical, which is unfortunate. This guy's probably going to be subject to some pretty horrible things, potentially, okay? I just hope he gets out of this alive, first and foremost, and to say unscathed, I just think that's a stretch. There's definitely going to be repercussions of him being captured. We can only hope that he gets out unscathed, but looking at his face, he looks pretty tired. Potentially a couple of bruises under his eyes as well. I don't know if they've been made to look like that, or if he's just tired, or if it's just, I don't know, but his face looks, I don't know, he looks worn out, to say the least. Jason, a UK-based friend, said another former comrade of ours has been captured. Social media seems to be the reason Aiden has not yet been executed. Yeah. I hope the same for my brother Sean Pinner. We all hope that as well, guys. His fate in the hands of Russians and the separatist authorities in Donetsk remains uncertain. I agree. It is uncertain. I think these guys will be used as tools for the rest of this war. I don't think we'll see these guys free anytime soon. That sounds horrible. But that's just what I think, guys. And again, these are just my opinions. Hey, Smash Whiskey, that's a bloody cool name, man. Thank you very much for your super chat. That's very kind of you. $10, man. Thank you, my friend. You're saying, hello, friend. I have a close friend in Poland currently, and he calls it the spiky speed bump. Hopefully, this resolves soon. You are, brother. Thanks for the updates, as always. Smash Whiskey, thank you for the support, my friend. And I can only apologise for not being able to give these updates as regular as I wanted to. Again, if you watch at the beginning of the stream, I explained my reasons why. But yeah, expect the stream quality to get a lot better as the days and weeks go on. And there's no reason why we can't be getting at this every single day or thereabouts. Okay. But I appreciate the support, my friend. That's all I can say to that. And thank you very much for the super chat. It helps in more ways than you would ever imagine, guys. This is how I earn money at the end of the day. So thank you. That goes a long way. Right. Where were we at on this? Here we go. Right. So I'll just go through this a little bit more. In early March, around a week after Vladimir Putin launched his brutal invasion of Ukraine, Pinner gave a hard-hitting dispatch from near the front line describing the situation as chaos. Well, you know, war is chaos. There's nothing normal about war. There's nothing normal about any war that's ever happened on this planet. I just hope Pinner gets out alive. That's simple as that. We can't really I mean, me saying anything's not going to change anything, but yeah. 48-year-old who previously served in the Royal Anglican Regiment also confirmed a number of his squad had died in the early days of the war. We've lost a couple of good guys today. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing as well, which people don't realise, is you can be the greatest soldier on the planet. It doesn't change your potential fate. Good soldier, bad soldier. If you're in them trenches fighting, it takes one bullet to the head. It takes one mortar round to be directly fired upon you. It takes one RPG to be placed in your direction. It's just being good or bad doesn't really change the variables. It's dangerous no matter what. Now there's different things that you can do to preserve your life in certain situations, but you know, in these types of wars, invading forces, you know, it's one of those things. There's a lot of luck involved, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Hey, Don Backer, how you doing, buddy? You're saying, cheers, mate. Sorry, didn't know you were on. I've been modding the Deep Trail. Hey, no problem, my friend, Don Backer. Thank you for modding the chat. But yeah, to be fair, mate, we haven't been doing these uploads for a few weeks now. So if you tune in at the beginning of the video, you'll see just why. But thanks for stopping by, buddy. We're back. That's all I'm going to say. We're back. But yeah, troops, try and keep. I can't really check most of the comments, so try and keep them as pristine as we can. Okay. Billy Atkin, Germany had no navy and the Air Force was not able to overcome UK air power, so stalemate without US coming into the war. Good point, man. Okay. What else have we got? Right, that's it. Cool. Don Backer is here to help out. Right, I think we've seen enough from that. Right, let's just rejig this. Right, 43 minutes ago. So, Mariupol region was shelled with incendiary ammunition. Right, let's have a look at this. Right, so it's over to, okay, so like southeast. Tell you something, there's been some big changes down here. This area in particular, I can't remember exactly, but I think a lot of this area wasn't red when we last were doing this. So there's been some big gains for Russia from what I can remember. So we've got some big shelling coming in here. Yeah, for me it seems quite obvious what's going to happen here. You can see the shelling here. You can see the shelling to the north of that and to the east. My take is we're going to see some sort of spur up here, like Russia always seems to do. And we're going to see some form of spur form in this direction here. And then what will happen more than likely is they'll cross across and the whole of this area will be filled in. That's why they like to do things. They like to come up from the left and the right or vice versa. chop across the top and then fill back on themselves. So I'm not surprised that these areas here are being shelled so they can advance. I'm guessing. So you've got a river feature here, water feature. I personally think they're going to push 2 spurs out either side, as they've been doing. That's the way they've been doing this the whole war. Chris Supertramp, hey buddy, thank you for your chat, for your super chat. What are you saying? Do you think any NATO countries secretly have any special forces helping the resistance in Ukraine? Right, let's just go off. Let's just go off what obviously happens. I'm not one to. I don't know anything about them anyway, because unless you're in, you're not going to really know. And those that are in are sworn to secrecy not to talk about it. So we can only go off with what we know that special forces do. You know, there's plenty of TV programs out there explaining how they do things. These guys go behind enemy lines without government prepared to acknowledge that they're there. So in other words, they're not going to get supported by them if they get in the shit. They have to figure it out themselves, hence the reason they get paid a lot of money. Would it make sense? I mean, let's think about it. Every other war that's happened in the past, these guys were in doing whatever they do behind enemy lines without the government accepting that they're there, because that's how they operate. Why would they do anything different for this? Does that make sense? So my answer to that is, I'd guess so. I'd like to hope so, because you know that's what they've been utilized for since forever. You know, that's how special forces seem to operate. I wouldn't be surprised in 20, 30 years there'll be books out on this. All right, with these guys in TV shows talking about this. So would I be surprised? No, definitely not. And we shouldn't be surprised. Does that make sense? So yeah, probably. But is that because I know anything that you guys don't? No. Is that because I'm speaking on what's already out there? Yeah, that's because I'm speaking on what's already out there, if that makes sense. Nate Perron, thank you for your super chat. You're saying special forces can't say they're being special. Exactly. So it's yet to be witnessed, and it'll be a book in 20 years. It'll be a character on a SAS Who Dares Wins season 25. You know, that's what it'll be. But yeah, well, I don't know. What's your take on that? What do you guys think? I'll throw the question back to you. Do you think special forces from NATO countries will be operating in and around this area? I mean, if they're not, what are they getting paid for? Do you know what I mean? That's just my take anyway. I might be wrong. Good question, guys. Keep them coming. Let's get to the top of this. I want to see what's going on. So yeah, there's shelling going on there. We got aerial threat sirens going on over here. Heavy shelling from Russian positions in multiple areas of Donetsk. Let's look at this. So this is a tweet that came out from Nexta. Okay. So it's pretty busy there. Utter destruction. That's what that is. Heavy shelling from Russian positions in multiple areas of Donetsk region. Not nice at all, guys. Pimp my live UA map. Right. Actually, can I do that? Can I do that? I want to pimp my. Can I do that? I'll try that later, I guess. Right. Okay. Oh, you have to pay for this stuff. Right. Okay. Anything else going on in the world? Oh, you got what's this in the US? US Treasury in the next stage will focus on pursuing those who try to violate sanctions against Russia. Okay, cool. What's going on in the sea here? Image of cruiser Moskva on fire. Oh, yeah, it's the one that got sunk, right? Interesting times, guys. Interesting times indeed. You don't want to be on that boat. We've done bunker drills and all of that good stuff. It's not a good place to be on a ship when it's sinking, trust me. Right, what else we got going on over here? Explosions as a result of heavy shelling. Missile strikes. Right, there's no tweets going on here. Right, what's Russia saying? Russia haven't got too much going on. Right, Brussels. European Union condemns the Russian bombing of civilians in Ukraine. Right, this is the thing with these reports, right? I get why they have to come out and condemn these situations, okay? But at the same time, it's like, well, condemning them, what does it actually do? You can put those statements out as much as you want. It doesn't seem to change anything, all right? That's just my opinion. I might be a little bit naive with this whole situation, but I guess I get the have to, but what does it actually change in truth? It doesn't really change much, does it? Let's have a look at Ukraine news. See what's going on. In fact, let's have a look at facts. Let's look at these statistics. 5 days ago, that was updated. Let's look at this. This is pretty cool last time we looked at it. Russia-Ukraine War 2022. Statistics and facts. Okay, so active military personnel. NATO allies. Yeah, we know NATO allies. This is the thing about NATO getting involved. Loads of people on about NATO getting involved, all that good stuff. They don't have to directly anymore. They can just get involved indirectly, all right, which is what's happening. Indirectly supporting, funding the Ukraine. It's no secret. Active military personnel outweighs Russia and Ukraine altogether. So NATO is a force to be reckoned with. I don't care what anyone says. Aircraft, NATO, yeah, got the advantage. Armored vehicles for NATO still. Naval fleet, NATO. Nuclear warheads. This is where Russia's got their slight advantage, but this is the thing. This thing I want to make clear with this. You've got a lot of old school, unusable warheads. And people will go, oh, well, that's not the case. Just have a look at the current state of Russian military. You've got some amazing bits of kit, amazing soldiers, and then on the other side, on the extremes, you've got guys who haven't even got basic kit and equipment. Haven't even got food, water, rations. The trucks that they're getting transported in are breaking down and all sorts. So, what Russia has and what Russia has that's actually usable is two different things. So, yeah, they might have a slightly bigger nuclear warhead arsenal than NATO combined, but whether or not a lot of those things are actually usable or not is another thing. All right, that's one thing that I will say, guys. I think we need to realize that about Russia. Okay, so I'm taking those numbers with not too much of a pinch of salt. Maybe it's like a handful of salt, but yeah, bet your bottom dollar a lot of those nuclear warheads aren't actually usable. That's just my take. What do you guys think? Tanks, Russia's, yeah, they're doing all right in the tank department. Right, what we got here? Overview. Number of civilian casualties. Right, okay. 2022. This is something that will have changed since the last time. Number of civilian casualties in Ukraine during Russia's invasion verified by OHCHR as of April 13, 2022. So, yeah, this is update. A gallon of salt, chop, yeah. Yeah, tell me about it, man. 280 likes, troops. Let's get over to 300 likes. Please press that like button. Let's go. Hey, Michael. Just Michael with the super chat emoji. Thank you for the $4.99. I really appreciate that, brother. Thank you, my friend. If anyone else wants to super chat with questions and stuff like that, then please feel free, guys. Get the questions rolling in. It would be pretty good to change the dynamic of the chat. If you want to incorporate your question into into the stream, then yeah, please do. You're more than welcome, guys. But thank you for that, Michael. I really appreciate it, my friend. Right, okay, so number of casualties. Okay, so the total killed nearly 2,000 of them children, 161. That, I mean, all deaths are bad. Children, it just hits a little bit differently, guys. All right. Yeah, 161 deaths. That just shouldn't have happened, man. 2,613 injured, 252 children. Terrible. Terrible is not even a strong enough word. It's despicable, guys. Number of deaths related to Russia-Ukraine conflict, 2014-21. No. Right, let's look at what the refugee crisis is at. Right, okay. A number of refugees from Ukraine crossing Central and Eastern European borders after Russian invasion of Ukraine from February 24th to April 13 by selected country. So a lot of crossed into Poland, over 2.5 million. Yeah. What is that? Is that by by thousands? Refugee in thousands. Okay. Loads to Poland, many to Romania, Moldova. I'm quite surprised with Moldova actually, because it's a very small area, and if you look at how it's geographically located on the bottom end of Ukraine, to me it seems like an obvious target. I'm not too sure what the political influence would be in Moldova, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty neutral. Haven't really got an effective military, I believe, and yeah, I just don't see. I mean, I don't want it to happen, but me thinking, well, Russia's already went there anyway. I'm thinking, why haven't they went into Moldova yet? That's what I'm thinking. And if they do take Ukraine, if they manage to be successful in that, I do actually see them potentially taking Moldova as well, because why not? Hey, Billy, and thank you for the $4.99, my friend. Mate, I'm off. Great content, brother. You know what, Billy? This is something, all right, mate. Believe it or not, I love the Royal Marines Commandos, but the largest amount of stick for me doing this has come from the Royal Marines Commandos. So you're a brother anyway. I've literally spent 9.5 months of my life with you going through commando training. That means a lot, mate. That does mean a lot, because believe it or not, there's not too much love from my own. So for you to say that means a lot, my friend. I appreciate it, mate, and hope to speak to you sometime soon. Drop us a message on Instagram, man. Good to speak to you, my friend. Take it easy, Royal. Yeah, okay, cool, guys. Let's get on with the show. There was a different statistic that we used the last time. It wasn't where is it? International reaction. Where we are. Impact on selected industries. Right, have we got any for fuel? Right, I don't know if this has got... here. US oil and petroleum products imports from Russia monthly. Nah. That's not the one. Main crude oil export destinations from Russia. All right, let's see what this is. I don't know what this is. Right, so okay, China. Export value of crude oil. Export value in millions of US dollars. So China's, if I'm reading this correctly, still getting a lot of crude oil from Russia. Netherlands, Germany, South Korea, Poland, Italy, Belarus obviously, Finland, Japan. So right. So the prices of fuel in England have went through the roof, USA as well. If I'm reading this correctly, anyone let me know in the chat if I am actually reading this correctly. So China obviously still going to be cracking on with that, because they're Bezzy Oppo's good friends, aren't they? Netherlands, I'm not too shocked about that. Not too shocked about Germany. It's the thing. Germany was heavily reliant on fuel from Russia. Very, very, very reliant on that. So, yeah, I'm not surprised by that either. And they've got to be a lot of the countries who are supporting Ukraine with weaponry, munitions, and all of that good stuff are still buying crude oil. That's the thing that baffles me. I'm not too clued up on what the situation is with Putin wanting to sell it. I mean, he's still gonna want to make money, and we talked about this before actually with regards sanctions are supposed to affect. They're there to affect the country who's doing the wrong, right? Now, if they're not affecting Putin directly, are they even worthwhile? They're affecting the innocent people of Russia. I get why, it's to demoralize them, but Russian people are already demoralized at this point, okay? The people who it seems to be affecting, who, we're all too quick to go, yeah, let's sanction Russia. But my fuel prices have went up. Loads of cost of living prices have went up for me. I've got nothing to do with Russia or Ukraine. It's average Joe people in the United States, United Kingdom, certain places in Europe who have been affected by this. Meanwhile, the sanctions have, I think it was Donald Trump who was mentioning it. These sanctions are directly profiting Putin. We've never seen a time in our in the history of the modern world where someone can be positively affected by sanctions upon them. He's making more money now off the oil than he ever has, or at least that's what Trump was talking about. And I thought, wow, it's quite funny, isn't it? Really, the sanctions is making this guy more wealthy. I don't know, man. When I was in the States in, I think it was 2013 or 14, the price of fuel over there was ridiculously low. I mean, the prices compared to the UK were always low in the United States. It's just how the United States rolls. But even in the US, it's getting very, very expensive in comparison. Is it over $5 in Nevada? Yeah, I believe that's for a gallon. Is that right? A gallon? Yeah, $3.20 a gallon. It's for diesel. It's like 180, averaging about 180, £1.80 per litre in the UK at the moment, which is ridiculous, man. Like I'm putting 60, 70 English pounds into my vehicle, and it's like halfway in my camper van. I mean, we can't. How can people survive on these things? It's ridiculous, man. Like you say, the sanctions are directly affecting people not involved, which is crazy. I don't know, man. $5.19 for diesel in Maine right now per gallon. That's insane. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know what to make of this. But, yeah, troops, what time are we on now? How long have we been on this? Let me see. Live for just over an hour, actually. Right, troops, what we're going to do is, let's drop back onto, boom, pre-live. Let's get out of there. Right, I'm going to answer a few of your questions now. If you guys have got any questions, we weren't actually planning on going live tonight. The main reason was just to get you guys back into things. The fact that we're going to be doing this now. So if you like these streams, we're going to be doing it a lot more regular as we were before. Don't be surprised if things get added in the background behind me. Don't be surprised if different camera angles get added and all of that good stuff, because that's what we intend on doing in the next coming week, as we continually try to upgrade the studio, which we've just moved into. So yeah, loads of changes happening. It's all good stuff. What was I going to go with this? Yeah, so we're going to be here tomorrow again. This stream was mainly just a quick catch up. We've done a little bit of ducking and diving with regards to the Ukraine-Russia news. We've went on the map a little bit. How I'm going to be doing with content is, I think I'm going to start scripting and writing a lot more content now instead of doing reactions. Reactions are great, but I want to start creating content, and I think a good place to start is creating content on this. So I'm going to start scripting some real content and putting it out to the channel, guys. If you want them to be live streamed, premiered, sorry, or just uploaded, we can change it around no matter what. But it's going to be a lot more work involved for me, but this is my job. I do not mind putting the work in, if that makes sense. So yeah, expect a lot more content orientated around research and stuff, scripting it and editing the videos and all that good stuff. Reactions are still going to be part of the channel because it's pretty easy to do, and I enjoy the reactions. They're fun. Okay, but yeah, expect a lot more actual content from me. You're going to get to hear my perspective on things, and then we're going to, do these live streams in a similar format to, complement the uploads that we do every day, hopefully. Okay, so big changes. We speculated to accumulate, and the accumulation is going to continue for the next few weeks. The podcast studio, which you can't see, is literally over there, where we're going to be doing a podcast, me and my dad, on boxing. It's called Just Boxing. If you go to the About page, the About section on my actual channel, you'll see that I've got those channels linked. I've got another 3 or 4 channels that I'll be pushing out, guys. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Nate Person, if you're super chat, brother, you're saying, do you think inflation will keep going up? Yes, I think this is the year of inflation. Personally, I think this is the year where all prices are going to go up and up and up. I think it's going to go crazy. I think the worst is yet to come. And I don't think there's going to be any reduction on things anytime soon. That's just my personal opinion. That's not me scaremongering. That's just my personal opinion. And you know what? This is what else I'm going to say. No one's going to complain about it. We're going to moan about it, but we're not going to do anything about it. I just think that's why it's going to happen, because people are actually not very resilient now, and they're just not. Yeah, I just don't see people complaining. Yeah, the fuel prices have gone up. I mean, the amount that these fuel prices went up, and we haven't had anyone really force any changes, just baffles me, because people can't afford to pay those prices. But they're going to continue to go up. People are going to continue not say too much, and yeah, I think it'll escalate for the rest of the year. We'll probably see changes for the better next year, but yeah, I just think it's going to get dearer and dearer. OG, check out Speak the Truth on YouTube. Yeah, I'm a big fan of his channel, and I aim to do content very similar to his very soon, actually. So yeah, watch this space. That's all I'll say. But my aim is to be the best British YouTuber orientated around this content, and I can do it with your support, guys. So I just want to say thank you. But hey, troops, unless you've got any more questions, any final super chat questions, any final membership questions, any of that good stuff, then I think we're going to start wrapping it up in the next few minutes or so. But as always, I'll respect the questions coming in. If you don't mind liking this video right now, just scroll down, hit the like button. That would be very much appreciated. If you want to support the channel a little further than normal, then for a very small fee, you can join the channel. The link is in the chat. So if you press that link, you'll enable yourself to become a member. And it is literally just a support category, guys. It's to support me on this little endeavor. And that's all it is for. But it actually goes a long way. Hey, Pat Webster, how you doing, my friend? I appreciate it, man. Victor Gruel, have a good one, Ryan. As always, good to see you, Victor. As always, good to see you too, my friend. And peace. Good to speak to you, my friend. But yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Actually, another super chat just came in there from Archie the Archie. Thank you for your super chat, my friend. You're saying, love the content, keep up the amazing work. Man, thank you guys. That really does melt my heart. I appreciate it. It's only going to get better. Trust me on that one. We were limited with what we could do in the little room, what we were in. We're not limited now. So there's going to be a lot of good stuff coming your way. A lot of good stuff coming your way. And I'm really happy with the stream health. Troops, actually, while we're on, can everyone right now tell me if they've experienced any problems with the stream buffering or anything like that at all? because according to my analytics on my stream health, it's been absolutely fantastic all the way through. So hopefully it's been good for you guys as well, because if that is the case, I generally think we fixed the quality of the stream. Finally, I think we fixed it. So yeah, Josh, the quality of everything is looking awesome, man. Keep it up. Right, okay, that's good. That's good for me. None so far. Blue totally smooth. No, perfect. Yeah, we've had so many problems over the past few months on this. All good. Buffer and sound. Just joined, but haven't been seeing any problems. No issues here. That's good, man. No problems, but I just jumped on. Hey, Francine Shannon, how you doing, my friend? Hey, guys. Sorry if you've just jumped on. We're going to be signing out pretty soon, unless there's any more final super chat questions or member questions. Other than that, guys, I'm going to try and write a script tonight. I'm going to try and edit it tomorrow. Might even try and get it released before we go live tomorrow. Yeah, we've got some good stuff coming our way, guys. Can't wait to show you guys it. But got some good photos as well coming. They're quite pricey, but I think they're going to be worth the investment. Some of the there's like a metal poster things that we're going to get, so it'll look like a poster but much better quality. And I can pretty much get any image on there that I want. There's loads of different types of stuff. So behind me, my aim is to get some form of black rustic type shelving unit thing there, with obviously the YouTube play button and a few other military things. But we're going to get some imagery on the back wall as well with some neon lights, and I think you're going to like it. It's going to be pretty cool. Some of the stuff we're getting on there is going to be good. So this backdrop is going to be awesome, man. Like literally is going to be awesome. And to my left of me, there's going to be, I'm debating whether or not getting a Union Jack Chesterfield type sofa, because I think they look absolutely amazing for the podcast. Or bar style seating. I think I'm going to go with a Chesterfield. It's not a proper Chesterfield because they cost thousands, but it's like a Union Jack style Chesterfield for the boxing podcast. It's going to be cool, guys. I'm so excited to get this stuff up and running. I'm going to hopefully get my dad involved, which he's very, very keen. And if the podcast takes off, maybe even try and give him a job, which seems pretty far-fetched, but thoughts become things. We can make these things possible. I don't want him to work for a security company all his life, so I really want to see if I can get this boxing podcast off the ground, and if I can get him. How cool would that be? My dad actually working with me. Like that would be a dream come true for me. To be like, hey dad, let's go to work tonight. We're doing a podcast. Like that to me is a dream. Would be a dream. So I'm gonna make it come true, man. That's as simple as that. But anyway, we digress. Live stream has been high quality. OG. Hey man, we're in business, buddy. We're in business. It's only gonna get better. Hey troops. Other than that, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow. All right, we will be here tomorrow. So we're back in now. We haven't been here for a few weeks, but we're back in now. So tomorrow, we might even start. Right, before we go, let me know in the chat. Would you guys prefer me to stick to a designated time slot to go live? If you do want that, I'll factor that in my workload Monday to Friday. And I'll do that, because what I'm thinking is if I go live Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. Why? Because it makes sense to do that. Would you like that? Would you prefer me to be live Monday to Friday at a set time on the evening UK time? So like 8 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time, something like that, or just random as I'm doing it? What would you guys prefer? Would you prefer it to be at a more stable time and a more regular time slot? So even if I don't say I'm going to go live or anything like that, you know that I'm going to go live at a certain time every night. So if you just tune in, yeah, I know he's going to be live at a certain time. Would you want that? If you do, I might actually say, you know what, we're going to do that. But if you like random times, then that's good as well. Tech Fix says time slot is easier to plan for us. I agree, and I want it to be easy for you guys as well. I want it to be, yeah, it has to be convenient for the viewer at the end of the day. Veronica, spontaneous is good, but a schedule can be helpful too. Yeah, okay. Sure, Francine, I think time slots would be easier for the audience, in my opinion. Someone notice before live would be cool too. Some notice, okay. Time slot makes it easier, most likely, but we'll get by. Right, okay, I don't want people to get by. I want them to actually have... you can plan your life as well, all right? I don't want it to just be spot. Right, okay, I think... yeah, I think we'll try and get this time slot in. We'll lock it in. We'll see what works best, and we'll do that because it's time to take this whole thing very, very serious now. Okay. Cool. Right. Thank you for your feedback, guys. I'll take that into consideration when we're building this out. But I just want to say thank you. I love you guys. If you donated tonight, guys, I really appreciate you. And other than that, I'll see you here tomorrow at some point. I'll be hanging back in the chat just to pick up a few questions and stuff. But other than that, troops, I will see you in the next one. Peace out, guys. I love you all. Thanks for stopping by.